Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile.
All right. 12 by 16 inch watercolor paper on foam board. Another floral. Buddy of mine's having a little issue with petal folds, so I'll try to break down some petal folds. I did something similar to this before last month or something. This time I just used bronze Sharpie marker, metallic Sharpie. Bunch of straight lines with the dots and whatnot. Don't know how much of this will be seen when it's all said and done, but I'll probably frame a lot of this empty black area, whatever. Anyway, main focus really is doing the petal folds. All right. Okie dokie. Look down here. We have ultramarine green. I'm sorry, phthalo green, Prussian blue. This is Waverly. It's a Walmart brand. It's liquefied paint, but it's much thicker. It's like chalk paint. Yellow ochre and some titanium white. Not much as far as color variety here, but we'll try to make it at least kind of interesting. The main flower will be this color. Okay. All right. So I do have 3 brushes I'll use primarily for most of this. What you see over here is vegetable glycerin. All right, got a little tape on the bottom, just keep it still. All right, I did not cover all of this with glycerin. Won't be needed. All right, hey Sonia. All right, so we'll try to get this on the way here. Okay, all right, well, let's take a 3/4 inch brush. I usually use brushes. I got a pack of brushes that I just use for florals, really. All right, I got 2 of these. Okay. All right. Hello, Madonna. So we'll just get started, really. I'll make this flower a little larger so we can kind of show off folds and whatnot. I could have sketched out the flower, but that's a little too, it's not that serious. But I could have sketched it out more or less. But with all the folds and whatnot, it'll kind of defeat the purpose. So, all right, because I don't think that this light blue is really super opaque, I'm just gonna dip a little bit of titanium white over here and put that, mix it in there a little bit to make it a little more opaque. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go into my glycerin here, dip the brush in glycerin and put it right in here. Just keep the paint flowing around and whatnot. Just makes it easier to blend and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna start off with its initial color. I'll put the flower, since we're gonna deal with folds and petal folds or whatever, it'd be some kind of generic mutated flower of some sort, nothing. We're going to deal with flowers of some sort. So and I'm just really just putting in, I'm just coloring in an area, really. I think I'll have the bowl right around here, which is why you see me really smoothing it out a little bit there. All right. I'll take a little bit of titanium white and I'll throw the light source right around in here somewhere. Somewhere in his area. I'll take some Prussian, because you need something dark, and we'll obviously just get that out there like this and just brush it out. Down here on the bottom, you can do the same thing. You really need dark to emphasize your light areas. Okay, I'll just kind of brush it out there like this. Okay. Under here, we'll kind of really emphasize some dark areas there. This flower is extremely impressionistic, of course, and we'll add other things as we go along. Always be mindful to clean out your brush. All right. Debating whether I should put something else around there. I'm thinking maybe more than one flower. Yeah, I'll throw another one in there. Let's get some more white. Once again, I'm adding the white just to make the blue a little more opaque. I really don't want a lot of the bars to show through. So we'll find a spot somewhere. Maybe somewhere here. I think I'll have a lot of it just kind of flip around this way. Kind of have it droop around in here. Something like that. Let's get a little bit of Prussian blue, and we'll start with a V, maybe right around here, and we'll kind of bring it out that way. It always gets higher in the middle. All right. Right around here, we get a little shadow thing happening right up in there. I'm pretty sure I'll add some other stuff up in that area, so no glycerin. I'll just put the blue on there like that. Now I keep messing with it here. Kind of smooth it out a little bit. So there'll be something playing around out there somewhere. Okay. Once again, I'm gonna concentrate on a bunch of folds here. All right. While I'm messing around, I guess I can throw some leaves in there somewhere. So let's do that. At least I can flesh them out a little bit. Let's go into our Phthalo Green. I don't have the light on. I mean, I know you guys can pretty much see it, but you know. All right, we'll put the Phthalo Green right here. We're gonna get a little bit of blue, mix it in there with the Phthalo Green. Get a little glycerin and pop it in there. I'm probably gonna need a little more than this, but we'll see as I'm just gonna put them in there. There might be leaves or petals or whatever showing through them, so it kind of doesn't matter. I'll pop some in here. At this point, it doesn't matter if they're transparent or not. We'll do something with it as we go on. Pop one out here. It doesn't matter if I paint through the proposed flowers or petals right now, because there'll be stuff going over it and under it and whatnot. So it doesn't matter at this point. It's not even really the subject of this painting. It's really, like I say, just the folds. Okay. More blue, more green together. A little touch of glycerin. Do something to paint. Like I said, it does make it transparent, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Let's do something right around in here. Like I said, it doesn't matter if I go over the initial petals of the flower. At this point in time, it's no big deal. I'll pop something right around in here. Hey, Ernest. I'm doing one of these lessons for my buddy from Vermont. He was having a little trouble with petal folds, so I thought I'd kind of just do something kind of quick here and show him what's up. Okay. I'll use a smaller brush. So before I go into the flowers, I'll just kind of get these petals on the way here. The leaves, rather, not petals, the leaves. And always clean that brush off very well. I'll go to the half-inch brush here after I take a swig of my coffee. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this color and mix it right in with that green. And a little bit of glycerin, not much. Okay. And we'll just get the initial color with these guys here. Let's start with this guy. Now remember, when you do petals, we'll put a dot right there. You guys might see it, might not. Okay. There's a few ways you can go through this. You can handle this. I'll do it this way for one. Come here, and it's like you're taking an airplane. If you imagine an airplane taking off, all right. So as you keep going, it likely just kind of heavy in the front area, and a little lighter as the plane takes off, I should say. Both sides can be the same color because there'll always be a light and a dark side, so don't worry about that. We'll get to that. And I'll take the corner of the brush, pop a little vein thing in there. All right. A little bit of white, make it a little more opaque. All right. And we'll continue on with the festivities here. Pop that vein in there, like so. I can have the leaves pretty much be the same color on both sides because we'll take care of the other stuff a little later. And I overlap a little bit. Once you get the strokes down, you can play around with it and design these guys to whatever specifications you want. I'll sharpen that a little bit. So this is really me still filling out the flower, the petals, the leaves. So you're gonna go back over it. Let me show you with once I get done with this guy, I'll show you the other way to do these. I particularly like doing these the most. Let's get a little phthalo green here. Let me show you something. A little blue in there. No paint or glycerin. This one here, we'll go in the center and we'll just kind of do one of those numbers. We'll do it over here too. We'll just go in the center and just plop it in there like that. All right. Okay, let's get a little more blue. Some glycerin. Pull the brush towards you. Okay. Start back here. Same thing, but now you're going to do the fade right when you get to the middle of that leaf. All right, so you got a nice little filler there in the middle, and it fades, your outside color fades right in. Just like that. You're going to do the same thing, just repeat it. I like to overlap a little bit. Like I say, a lot of these will be covered by the petals of the flowers. All right. Okay. Let's take a little white, pop it in there. Maybe some of this yellow. Get some glycerin there. Remember, white paint is very opaque. Be careful. A little more glycerin. And wherever your light source is, light source coming. Or from this side, so we'll lighten this guy up. Right here. Like that. And I'll skip one. Lighten the other fella. Like that. Come here and just add a nice little vein there. All right, we're going to repeat that process all over again. Only on one side of the petal. They get shorter and shorter as you go up into the flower itself. I'll take the corner here. Nice thin little line there. All right. Get a little more titanium white. Pop it in that color, just lighten it up a little bit. Get a little bit of yellow, throw it in there. Get some glycerin, loosen up the paint. You can add whatever color you feel. to accentuate these fellows, I'll skip one and continue with the other one. Let's add a slight push, a little rim of color there. Have it stand out a little bit more. We'll do that down here. Just a little color, a little slight push. You don't necessarily have to. Maybe a little something here. Like I said, you don't have to add this. Oops, went the wrong direction. All right, Ernest. Ernest is one of my musical compadres from about 20-something years of knowing each other online. He's a engineer, producer, musician. Very nice guy. I can draw many different leaves. I just really enjoy these. A lot of character to these guys. A little bit of blue. We'll put it here. Like I said, I got a very simple color palette, so a little glycerin. And we're gonna get to the darkened area here. You can probably do to be a little darker, kind of, sort of, but it's all right for this. A little bit of blue here. Now I have a dark background. I really don't have to exaggerate the blue or the dark half too much. Like I say, this isn't really the focus of the painting. It would be the petal folds, which I'll get to in a few seconds. Okay, so we essentially got a lot of that done. All right. All right, petal folds. It's like another step in the evolution of when you personally paint your flowers. I'll more likely stick with this 1/2 inch flat. Okay. All right. Essentially, before we do anything, we'll get the initial groundwork to the flowers taken care of here. Okay. So let's get rid of a few things. Namely this stuff. Just get a nice clean palette there. All right, and here we go. Very simple scheme for the flowers. All right, let's just go with this kind of ocean light blue color. We're gonna get some glycerin here. Just looking at where I'm at here, and we'll start to block in some things. For instance, this guy right in here, we'll do the basic kind. We'll just come here. Almost look like a pair of lips there, right there, and we'll kind of curve him up and bring him down like that. And I'll block it in right here. Block that one in. And essentially just block that one in. And get a little touch of white. Just block it in. Don't really fret yourself with what's going on top. Up on here on the bottom, you kind of want to smooth that out a little bit. Even here, just. Okay, let's get some more white. And we're going to come here, give a slight push, and you go in, slight push, and I'm overlapping those folds there. And it kind of cups around whatever you want as the lead flower. The lead petal, that's the one you put out in front. The edge of the flower is pretty important, which is why you see me give the slight push in there. I don't necessarily have to add all those striations. Okay, right here, same thing. It's the lit part of the flower. I'll just kind of do it this way first. It just makes it quicker. And then I'll just kind of, right here on the bottom, I'll just fade it away there. Looks like so. Okay. Going into my other color here, get some glycerin and just loosen up that paint just a little bit here. A lot of it can be pretty repetitive, but once you kind of know what you're doing, you kind of, it, you know, kind of flows there. Let's do it this way. Let's kind of create one here. Let's create one up around here like this. And it comes down. They kind of curve in. This one, we have it come out this way, and we'll have them curve around in there like that. Okay. All right. Let's get some more glycerin here. You really need this paint to kind of flow at this stage. I'm pulling the paint, like, quote unquote, toward me. It's going towards the camera. All right. All right. We'll just take it and we'll kind of press hard, and you press it right into that dark in there. Like so. Let's do the other side right here. Curve it inward. Bring it right in there. Like that. The one on the outside here, the one I did last, usually is the one that will be either in front of this guy. No, it just looks like one big blob. There's no separation, but we'll get there with that. Once again, it's all about the folds in the petal, not the actual petals themselves. He knows how to do the petals. All right, let's go back into our white. We'll mix it in with the blue a little bit. Pop a little glycerin in there, loosen this paint up. Now remember, the glycerin that you add makes this paint transparent, so be mindful of that. All right, we'll start with this one. We give it a slight push, going in, a slight push, go in, a slight push. Now it all depends on how, if you want your petals kind of, if you want them smooth or a little ruffled, it's truly up to you. Okay, we're gonna put a fold in that one. Okay, I'm contaminating the blue with the white so we can kind of accentuate it a little bit. We'll do that here. Let's start with a petal here. Obviously this is the back end of the flower folded that way, but we're going to get one that's kind of cupped coming in this way. Okay, and with the brighter color, you just come here, start at a point right here, and basically kind of make it a little larger, make it a little thin, and come on in here like that. Whoops, that I didn't mean to do. Just wipe it away, it's okay. Just like that. Yeah, I'll keep it like that. One, it looks like a fold already because you got the lighter petal facing us, but you got the slightly darker ones in behind you, so that automatically draws this one up front, and those automatically go to the back. Do you understand? Let's say you want this petal to be in front of this one and this one, and we're going to get to that in a second. It's actually very easy to do that. I'll show you. Let's just say the dot is right here. Pretty much the same thing with this one. I just didn't show it to you. So we'll pop in one right in here, and we'll do it again. Boom. You see how I'm leading each stroke toward that dot? Okay. I'll make it like that. And we'll kind of curve him down here like this. Put him in the front. He's in front of the other ones. And let me show you once again. Just take some white, a little glycerin there. We're gonna just brighten this up. I'm bringing the brush strokes toward me. I'm just doing it fast. Flip the brush over. Okay, we're gonna have a fold here, two folds. Once again, just like this one, you start off thin, expand it, and you make it thin, go right down in there. Automatic fold, it just cups right in. Okay. I'll go a little brighter than usual because I normally would make this way darker, but won't be necessary. Thin, thick, go thin again, boom, cups right in. Automatically cups in. Now you can take your brighter color or whatever, and you can accentuate some bright spots in there. Okay, and you just keep blending it. All right. Okay, this guy here, more or less, kind of put a few little stripes in there. It doesn't matter at this point because it's kind of behind the other ones, so it doesn't matter. But this guy obviously is in front of the other two. All right, let's clean this brush off really well to bring those out even more, we'll take some white, put it right here. We're only concentrating on the edge here. So let's say the vanishing point for this little fold is right in the middle, right around in there. So you're gonna come here, give a little touch, and you're gonna aim these strokes. You lift up kind of quickly, and you aim it right toward that dot. Just like that. Yeah, we've been buddies for a minute. Watch our kids grow up. Funny. Once again, little push. Turn it around. And this lead line, this little fold of paint is all you need. Your eye guides the rest. So now you got the petals cupped into each other. All right. Same thing with this fella. He's just in another direction, okay? I'm not using really much glycerin on that. I want the paint to stick out, stand out, be a little more opaque. I'm still dipping it in this blue. So same thing. Give it a slight little push. Sometimes all you need really is the push. And not really, you don't have to add the striations if you don't want to. If you're a little unsure, then just give it the push there, like so. And I can just take this and go in the other direction, which will help you, see, guide the flower around. See that? And this little trick here, all right, you can use it to add, here, I'll go here, add push here, push here, push here, push here, and just take it and see, now you got another petal in there. See, wasn't planned, but it's there. So, all right, now you got another one. Okay. And you can do this numerous times and make the flower look a lot more complicated than it actually is. Let's just brighten this one a little bit better. I'll turn the brush around. I know I got a thicker line of paint there. There. All right. Let's continue to play a little bit. Let's get a little glycerin. We're going to lighten up this paint just a little bit. When you see me dip my brush in the glycerin, it's not very much. A very little bit of this stuff goes a long way. Okay. Here, let's kind of give some more love to this fella. Curve him around. What's important is to make sure you keep that rounded shape. There, all right. And I really don't want to have it travel all the way down. Like I say, sometimes you just need a rim of paint. I can kind of tilt it. I can point it. Depends on how ragged you want it. Yes, I will use my finger if I must. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Let me show you something else. It's pretty neat. I don't do too much of this, but you can. You can just add layers and layers. I'm going to my glycerin pretty good here. You can add layers and layers of petals. Okay. A lot of beginners will hesitate to do this. All right. All of this here, even though we've painted this. Okay, let's go down below. I'll show you like this. Go on, make a little circle like that, and then we're gonna make even another dip of a circle, just like this. Okay, all right. And we'll just keep adding a row. Actually, it has to be a little lighter than that. I don't have to add the full strokes. Another problem I tend to run into, and you have to do this from time to time, is you get a lot of paint buildup on that brush. You can just get rid of it. You don't want that much paint. You just want a line. So right in here, a little push. Now you don't see this really stand out yet. It's not bright enough, but it's all right. We'll get there. And I'm really just following that line that you'll see in a second. I'll continue it on with the second line. I'll just do it right now just to get rid of it. It becomes more and more exaggerated at the corners. Really curve them and put them in there. But you're just following that previous line. I'm going to get some white. And we'll just add another row. Actually, we'll just have this row come down like this and just disappear. We'll come over on this side here. We do the same exact thing. I'm overlapping a little bit. Really important to have plenty of paint on the edge of the brush so you can really curve that thing in there. Let's have him curve like that and go that way in that direction. But you see all those petals starting to, the rows of the forming petals there. And that wet paint, you can keep guiding it. All right. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3 rows, all in a circular formation there. Okay. Clean out that brush really, really well. It does cake up with paint in there very quickly, and just make sure you get it all out of there. All right. While we're in here in the middle, let's take a little bit of this Prussian blue. We'll just put it right in here. Right in there. We'll mix it together. So it's almost half and half there. And we get some tiny little things happening here. Now here, let's put that dot right there. All roads lead to Rome. We're going to give a slight push. We'll start from here. Slight push and go in. Aim it toward the dot. Makes life easier when you do it that way. Come here, aim it towards that dot. They don't have to be necessarily all highlighted. And you do another row right here. Just pop another row in there. And curve it around, aim it right toward that dot. Okay. I will go light just for a second here. We'll put a little row in the front. Oh, right in here, we'll light this one up. Come this way, go a little higher. Turn, go downward, just like that. Okay. Just like that. So he's in front, and then you got the other ones playing around in the back there somewhere. Let's get some translucent petals going in this direction. Let's take a little bit of this dark blue. We'll put it right here. It's contaminated with that white. Let's get rid of the white. I just want something dark. Because remember, you need shadow to really emphasize the light. So we'll go back in the same spot. We just want this a little darker. Under here. Right under here. Just go back and forth. Back and forth. Okay. Alright. Just a little darker. Maybe some of that love right up in here. You need this. Trust me, you do. Right underneath the petal here, you need some dark there. Remember, when it's dark, the light comes out even more. All right. And when I mention dark, it doesn't necessarily mean black. All right. Okay, let's get some of this ocean baby blue color. A little glycerin there. I want the petals to be a little translucent, so kind of see-throughable, if that makes sense. Let's go from out here. Get a rim of color and go in this direction. I'll overlap a bit. We'll bring that down further. It's like that. We'll start one right here. Let's get some more glycerin. I still want it a little more translucent. Now you're going to get into more glycerin than paint. All right, so we're going to start one here. Okay, the path. Remember that dot up here? I'll just put it right there. Remember that little dot? You can still do the dot for the petals on the outside here. We'll add folds in these too. Let's start with some shorter ones. Let's go here. Let's take it. Oh, that's too light. Never mind. Let's go out here. We'll continue with this one. Look at this. Look what's going to happen. You see how the paint is kind of thin? And you can still see underneath. That's what I'm talking about. It's really more glycerin than paint. Okay, you still see the leaf underneath that. Watch what I'm going to do here. I don't necessarily need to light it too much, but just for the purpose of this video and for Bruce, I'll do one part right here. I'll light it right here. Just around the edge here, I'll light it just a little bit. Because I want to show you something. Okay, watch what I'm going to do. Yeah, you guys can see that. Watch what I'm going to do. This is going to be turned upward. And what I'm doing, okay, you see what direction I'm at, right? I'll keep stroking it here. You see what direction I'm in? I'll fade this out. Hold on. Let me fade this out into kind of nothing there. Okay. I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to take this turn. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you this way. We're on the outside here. Watch. I'll take this line. I'll make a line of it. Go upward. Upward. Just like that. And you take this and like that. Now I'm taking this petal right out here that went out like this, right? I'll fill this in real quick. Just like that. We're gonna take this petal right from there. I'll just wipe it quickly on my lap. I got a beach towel on my lap here. Get a little glycerin. I'll just put a little tint of this blue in there. I don't want it totally white. Okay, and we're gonna come here. We're gonna get that brightness going right on that top edge. We're flipping this guy all the way around. And you look at the stroke path. Okay, so now we went on the outside. On the outside, it turned and went in another direction, just like that. You follow me? And that's all I did. I just went in another direction with it. I'm going into this blue and bring a little bit of white in there, just a little bit. And we're going to, let's do that again. Actually, let's put some smaller ones here, just for a second. And we just kind of, see how you can do layers and layers of these petals? See this? Okay. I'll come out here and bring it in like that. Okay. Let's just take this color here. No glycerin, just this paint. And we're gonna flip another one in there. We'll come from the top like this. And we'll stop it there. We'll come like that and we'll block that in. Just block it in. Stop it right in there. And so that's just another turned petal. I'll keep the blue on there. I'll just put some white in it in there. I won't put any glycerin on it. I want it to be kind of opaque. And then put my edge of my brush there, give it a slight push and leave it alone. Actually, you can kind of make that travel. Go in the other direction, boom. Go in the other direction, curve it around like that. Now you don't see that as well because the edge isn't as bright. That's all right. Here, in this instance, you can just use straight white because all I'm looking for is the paint right on the edge of the petal. It helps your eye, you know, it guides your eye. So all I need really is a touch. See this? See that? Once you get accustomed to doing this, it's almost like child's play. Now, since I got that sticking out there like that, obviously this one needs a stronger rim of white paint just to, once again, it just helps guide you. All I'm doing really is just pushing the paint there. And I'm overlapping a little bit. All right, so you can take a flat square brush and make a circular pattern out of that. But you see where all the ruffles are going. Okay, all right. I take a little bit of this blue, a little more white, right in here. No glycerin. It just strengthened a little bit. See, just a little separation. It's really the edge I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything else, just the edge. Just to make it seen. Just like that, just a little bit of the edge. Okay. Now, if I continue this and make it meet, that would have been another fold in the petal. Okay. So hopefully I showed you how to flip a petal. And here's a fold. Here's a fold here. Okay. That one could have been a fold. I'll do it on this one. All right. So let's go on to the other flower here. Now I dipped my brush into water. I shouldn't have did it, but I did it anyway. I didn't really mean to do that, but I did it. Get a little bit more of this paint. I'll put it right in here in this water. Okay, the water it just dries faster. All right, let's start with the guys in the back here. I'm not pushing anything. I'm just adding striations right now. Right here in the back. I'll have him kind of weird. I'll turn him around that way. I'll just kind of play with him in the back. He'll be in the back there. have him meet. Actually, I'll have him meet out here. I change my mind. I'll just put that petal right out over that leaf, just like that. I changed my mind. There. Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a double fold here. I'll represent this one as a little darker. I'll just keep smoothing him out. Now, he meets here. Okay. But I'm going to put actually the bottom is here. I will put a fold. I'll do it with the lighter. I'll show it to you here. How we make a fold. All folds have to meet somewhere. Okay, but since this one's flipped out this way, I'll do a V fold right here. Right here. A little smaller and not as far back. Actually, yeah, I'll have him come out like that. And then I'll curve him in. See? He has to be brighter. He's the one out in the front. Just like that. He's out in the front there. Slowly kind of curve him. But you see how easy I just did that. Now to accentuate that, to bring that out even more, obviously you need a brighter edge. Remember, these bright edges help guide your eye. Almost like a little optical illusion. That's how you make a 3D flower out of 1D surface. A little push there. Get that edge really out there. I'm not looking for that. Need more white. I'm running out of white. Okay. Is the dot always in the middle part of the flower? Not necessarily. When you do the edges here, when you have something flipped and turned towards you, the dot is in the middle. Even here, the dot would be in the middle of the flower. Okay. It would be in the middle. All right. The majority target of your flower, the way you get your circular look, the dot would be in the middle. All right. No matter what position where you have the flower. Okay. Even the folds here. Let me stop touching this stuff. In the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Okay. All these guys out here, it would be represented with the dot in the middle. Everything goes towards the center. Okay. Everything goes toward the center. All right. Let me show you here. Let me show you. Let's get some more white. Hold on. Like I say, with all these folds, you can make a flower look more complex than it really is. So let's take this one for instance. Okay. Let me do this. Let's draw him inside for a second. Let's make an example out of him. All right, we'll make an example out of this guy. Let's take a little bit of this dark blue. We'll put it right here again. Take a little glycerin. We'll thin it out, make kind of a glaze here. Okay, we'll just use this as an example. We'll continue the darkness here. Because I already see in my mind what I'm going to do. So we got some darkness there. Oh yeah, we're going to have some darkness in here too. Just have it go to the point right in here. I don't normally do this, but this is an example of folds, so get some dark right in here. Now, as you can see, darkness automatically sends petals and stuff back. Okay. Okay, I did that on purpose. You'll see why in a minute. Whoa, mistake. Glycerin and water does not necessarily mix at all. Water cuts through glycerin like a hot knife through butter. Okay, let's start with this one over here. Let's take a little bit of, we'll take some of this. Coat my brush pretty good with it here. Get a little glycerin. Okay, this petal here, this guy. Now I've got it a little darker here. So let's accentuate, let's go here like this curve. Okay, and I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna go this thin, thick, 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 go back to thin and just kind of curve it away there. So that's gonna be an outside petal here. Right in here, just an example. Let's do a watch this, right in here, right here. I'll come down, out, and in. This is a messed up petal, this guy here. We don't know where he's from. Okay, so he is, let's make him bigger. In order to show what I'm gonna do, he has to be a little bigger back here. Okay, which is fine. All right, let's take a little bit of white. Let's do this. Because the brighter petal is on the outside. So I'm just taking a little white. Get a little glycerin here. Move this around. Okay. So this guy is folded. He is actually right about here. Actually, he's folded this way, and then it comes out, and he slightly disappears in there. But he's in this direction. Actually, let's turn him there, right there, like that. That's the outside fold. So it's folded here. I'll do it here. And then he gets thin. So you got two folds here. Okay, that's the inside back of these two folded. So it's really bold and folded in, almost like a little spiral. And now I'm going to take a small rim of white, and we're going to frame that. Now remember, because a question was asked about something being in the middle. Okay. Now these guys are folded at it's a different type of fold, for especially the larger one. So if this guy right here, get a push, and he's going that way. Remember, that dot would be in the middle. I'm not going to paint the dot there. But as I go around, and keep going around, and keep going around, and keep going around, it's like that. The dot would essentially be right there. All right, but there's a fold right there already. Now, this fella, remember that whatever is curled and facing us will be the brighter part of the petal. So contaminate that white with that sky blue. And so we're going to give a push here, a push here. Almost looks like a lily. Push here, and push here. And I'll fade that bottom part. See that instant curve, instant depth already in that guy. Okay, see that dark spot right in here? Watch what I'm gonna do. Very simple concept, very simple. Remember, whatever's inside of the petal is naturally, it's just darker, it's covered by the shadow of the outside petal. You got me? So the light, let's do this one. The light, this is why you need the glycerin, because the paper is too rough and the paint will start to just break apart a little too early. Little push. I'm overlapping a little bit. Okay. This guy, oh, we'll go this way with him. Okay, it's like that. Actually, I could take this and just continue him around like that. And we'll put a V in there like this, just like that. Okay, it will just gently, we'll brighten him a little bit, just like that. Make him disappear in there, just like so. All right, but this it's the back pedal of this curved guy right in there. Let's make this a little stronger right in here, going down there. All right, see that dark spot? We're gonna do the same exact thing, same thing. Let's loosen this paint a little bit more. I'm getting a little shy. There we go. Right here. Come on down. Come on down. Now, if I had glycerin on the paper, obviously it would flow a little better. But I got glycerin in the paint, so same premise. It's just I have all of that glycerin on the paint itself. This is the rim right here of the flower, that where it kind of folds. It's just I got it folded outward. You got me? So the bowl is still essentially here. Okay. That's essentially where the bowl is. Okay. All right. Okay, this one was folded, but we're going to take the fold right in here. We're going to come right here and go out, 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 out right there. And we're going to kind of pull that one in. We're going in reverse. Just like that. We'll kind of curve them. Now, to accentuate that, all I need really is just straight white. All right. Just out here. Just a little touch of white. Now, what I'm doing, and I'll thin him out right here. Just a nice little line of white there. Okay, so now you got a petal that's folded coming out and curved, but this one, it makes another fold, flips outward. All right, and that's where you get this guy right here. Okay, so you got one petal that's curled, this one here is curled, that one's curling in, this one comes out, flips it back around, and comes out again. You see what I'm saying? Ernest. I wasn't always able to do this. Trust me, it was rough. But I just kept doing. I just never stopped. I was very determined. Okay, we're getting some glycerin here, some darker blue. Plenty of glycerin. And we'll start to kind of add some joy out here. We'll just kind of play around with them. Just out here, just to smooth out a few things. Not as much light is hitting back there. As a matter of fact, you can use some of your darker colors, which I'm doing here. Get a little bit of glycerin. I'll just put the glycerin here. And same premise, it's just with the darker colors. And we'll come here and we'll kind of, actually we'll do it here. And we'll place some of them darker colors out here. Come on out like that. I'm gonna curve them inward, like just like that. We're gonna come out here, we're gonna do the same thing. Just curve. Bring him back. Now remember, it has more impact if you have a dark. Has more impact if you have a dark. Center back here. More of an impact long as this is darker. And don't be so bashful. Just put it in there. Ran out of the Prussian blue here. We're at what? 112 marks, not bad. Ran into some Prussian blue here. A little glycerin. If I was doing this in oil paint, it would be terp or linseed oil. Let's get that darker. I'll take advantage of some of this dark paint right in here. Actually, yeah, I can do that. Takes a little glaze. We'll make a glaze out of this stuff. Just a little bit of glycerin, and we'll just kind of accentuate this. Just make it darker. More of an impact is make it darker there, and right in here. Just there. It just brings things out more when it's darker, a little darker. Okay, a little more glycerin. I want more of a glaze. See this fellow right here, back here, just make him look darker. Just like that, make it darker. Just brings out the petals more when they're a little darker. Okay, all right. I can still take some of this dark paint here. And the same thing you did with the light paint, you can do the same thing with the darker paint. So you can add a little rim of love back here. See this? Put it right back there. Sometimes to make them stand out, you would have to go a little higher than the edge of your petal. But the more you do them, you'll learn this. Appreciate it. Thanks. We can aim that one downward. I lost the fold. The fold is actually right here. And then we'll bring it back like that. All right. Okie dokie. Let's and we'll play around with some more dark ones up here. Just like that. Just kind of put them in there. This one too, right back here. It's, even back here, these guys, still aiming it towards the imaginary center there. Okay. All right.
Are you taping?
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's battery's dead up at the school. I got a light plan meeting in half an hour.
Okay. Well,
Let me find out when she gets out.
and what school is it?
Yeah, I forgot to hit send. Sorry. Hold on.
All right. Well, it looks like I gotta go jump the car. So,
Let me make sure she's out.
all right. So let me,
Donovan Middle School.
Donovan.
Right on Voice.
All right, I got you. Okay. Yeah, just let me know when she's out. Oh, let me do this, guys. Now that some of this paint is drying, bless you. As long as some of this paint is drying, I can take some white, pull it towards me, and start to really bring some of these outward folds outward, brighten them up a little bit. It is really just the ends there. Okay. Just like so. Now, not as much glycerin. I want it to be a little opaque, but we're only doing the edges here. And it kind of reinforces the light source. Once again, the more you get accustomed to doing these, the easier it becomes. Trust me. Okay. Right here, nice little edge here of color you can add.
Yeah, she's out of work now. She's out sitting, I guess, in her car. Instead of my doornail.
All right, tell them I'm coming right now.
All right. And I got a box with brand new jumper cables in my car. I think it's like in the back.
No, I got them right in the thing, right now. Yeah.
Oh, you got?
Yeah, I got some. I'll just go ahead and jump. It won't take long. You don't need anything from the supermarket, do you?
No.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, I guess this concludes this. I guess we'll have to do a part 2 when I get back and everything. So sorry. There'll be a part 2. I know how it is to sit out in the cold and you don't have no so I won't leave her like that. I know how it is, and it's not fun. We'll leave this right here. We'll continue when I get back. Obviously, I'll just slap a part 2 on this. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna leave her out there in the cold. Thank goodness I warmed my truck up. I just warmed it up for like a half an hour and just shut it off. I guess there's a reason and a purpose for everything, because I really didn't have to go anywhere. All right, guys. There will be a part 2. I'll be back eventually. And I'll see you when I see you.